Okay, my friends, and just like that, we're back. Take your time, thank you. I did, yeah. So I did. Part of the reason I didn't want to be too long was I knew I was going to leave this awful music playing. I didn't want to do that to you for longer than necessary. So watch out! Here comes the big nasty burst of television static while I switch the game. Ooh. Okay. It's looking a little weird. Looking a little rough. Wrist update. I think my wrist is fine. Multiverse Explorer. Thank you for asking. I haven't noticed anything weird about it today at all. Let me see. Let me turn the gamma back down now some actually. Let's try. Ooh, if I turn the contrast. Ooh, that looks pretty decent. Maybe make it a little brighter too. Don't know. Now I'm making it worse. I don't know what I'm doing. I'm a mess. I just want the game to be visible to you guys. It's so pale. Well, I promised. They're here, who the TV people. I promised dubious footage, so here we go. Continuing with that theme. Oh man, we're just gonna play this for a little while, just a sort of palate cleanser in between courses. The tragic thing, the worst thing about not beating ET is that I know I'm gonna have to play ET again. I don't know when, but I know it's in my future. And that's the saddest, most terrible thing. I don't know. I don't know what I'm looking for. Let's see what happens when I try to start the game. Okay, yeah, this is Gyruss. So in this game, as you can see, it's kind of Space Invaders like mini space shooters. You move in a circle though, instead of just back and forth down at the bottom, and the enemies appear from the center and fire outward at you, and you just got to move around and take them out. This game would probably be really good with a sort of a paddle style controller. I don't actually know if it's compatible with one though. I've only ever played it with a joystick. And I've never played like I said, I've never played the Atari version. Oh, and we win. When you win, you fly in toward the center. as you just saw. To move in between levels, as it were. I'm pretty sure one hit kills you. But this is a game I played on the Commodore 64, like I was saying, and I liked it. I was never very good at it as a kid. I feel like I'm doing okay for the moment.